Hola, buenos dias, good morning, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here today. It's your girl here, Daniela, Miss Four Lizard, also known as the Planning Diva. At least that's what I call myself. And today I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about being a Happy Planner Squad reject. So if you're interested in hearing a little bit about how the application process went last year, not this year, I haven't heard anything about Happy Planner Squad this year, but if you're interested in hearing about how the application process went, my thoughts around it, as well as my thoughts of, not being accepted as a Happy Planner Squad member and kind of how I've dealt with that, then you know the drill. Just keep on watching. I would say I'm fairly new to the planning community. I only really joined about 2 years ago. I had no idea that the Happy Planner Squad was even a thing until maybe like a month to 2 months before the application was due in, I think, late July. It was due in late July last year. And I've been meaning to film this video, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And I felt like it would be cool to film this video kind of like a year after the Happy Planner Squad was announced for the current year. So it's been a year since I heard back from the Happy Planner Squad that I wasn't on the squad. So like I said, I was really new to the Happy Planner Squad, the whole idea about the squad. I didn't really hear about it until kind of last minute, and at first my idea was just kind of like, oh, that's so cool, like people get to work with the Happy Planner, they get sent free product before it's even released to the general public, and they just get to have fun, representing the brand. I thought it was a really cool idea and I wanted to be on it. That being said, ever since I submitted my application, I've heard quite a bit of perspectives from other people who kind of shed light on the not so glamorous aspects of being a Happy Planner Squad member. Like the whole idea that Happy Planner Squad members aren't really compensated fairly for the amount of labor that they do for the company is really concerning. And then there's a swirling rumor that, Happy Planner Squad members are chosen beforehand by the company, and the whole application process is really like not very transparent and fair because they're already chosen. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. I cannot confirm nor deny. It's just a swirling rumor, but it could be true, So it just seems like there's a lot of things going around the Happy Planner Squad that doesn't seem to be above board, but again, we're not really sure. No one really knows for certain. All that being said, if the squad applications opened up again this year, I think I would still apply, and I would still want to be on the Happy Planner Squad because for me, I just love the idea of being able to receive free product from the Happy Planner and get to share it and grow my platform. Is that bad of me? I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to say, whether it's a good experience or not unless you're on the squad. And also, I tend to reserve my hate and disgust for just like the larger oil companies and larger like banking companies. The Happy Planner just seems kind of low on the totem pole for me when it comes to like corporate capitalist greed. And not that they are perfect, but I tend to like pick and choose my battles when it comes to, big business. But I'm not sure if Happy Planner is even going to do Happy Planner Squad like in the next year or so. Maybe they've just gotten so much pushback from the process that they've kind of just done away with it. I wouldn't be surprised. So kind of a moot point right now. But I think I would continue to apply for a Happy Planner Squad if it, resurfaces, if it is offered again. I think it seems like a fun opportunity. I think I would definitely push for change if I saw that change needed to happen. Once I'm in like the Happy Planner squad seat and I see that there's kind of sketchy things going on, I think I would push to change how the squad is offered. But again, I really have to be like in the driver's seat myself in order to gauge the situation. So like I said, a year ago I got the notice that I was not on the squad. Well, actually, I didn't even get a notice. I just was never contacted after, and after a certain point I kind of realized that I wasn't on the squad because it was just so much time had passed, you know, like the announcement was right around the corner and I knew at that point that like I wasn't on the squad. I think I heard some people say that they got emails or some kind of like a notification just thanking them for applying and that they had a strong application, but that this year it just wasn't possible to offer them a spot. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It was like another rumor that I heard, you know, but I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. And I think I heard other people saying as well that they didn't get anything, but you know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it went into my spam folder. So I was definitely bummed out that I wasn't able to be on the Happy Planner squad, that I got rejected from the squad, that I wasn't accepted, you know, whatever, however you want to say it. But I was definitely a little bit bummed out, but I was also not too surprised because at that point I had only had my channel for about a year. Well, I've had my channel for several years. I've had it for, you know, 8 years or so, I want to say, but I wasn't doing paper crafting and planning on it. I was doing like beauty, makeup, project panning on it before, and at the time of the squad application I only had my channel for about a year focused on planning and paper crafting. So I was fairly new. I actually did not have an Instagram at the time that I applied, and so I felt that was also something that kind of hurt my application because I think the Happy Planner and the planning community in general is more so on Instagram than it is on YouTube. And so I actually did not have an Instagram, so I wasn't able to link like a personal Instagram. It wasn't until after the squad application that I actually started my Instagram because I wanted to have that platform for the future years. When I applied to Happy Planner Squad, I could have my Instagram to like show that I was really, you know, trying to grow a platform and I had a platform. And so I just opened it up around this time last year. And last year I had about, I want to say like 1,400, 1,500 subscribers. So I had also a really small channel. I mean, I still have a small channel. I'm right about at 2,000 subscribers right now, which is fantastic. And thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed and watched my content. I really appreciate it. But I'm sure like to the Happy Planner who has like thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I'm sure it was just like a really small, you know, I'm a small fish in the pond, and so I didn't feel like my application was the strongest when it comes to, you know, like audience reach. I felt like my 1-minute application video was good. I didn't think it was fantastic, but I thought it was like a solid, you know, application, a 1-minute video application. I was very happy with my 1-minute application video. I was confident in it, and I was also really confident in like the 2 paragraphs that we had to submit, kind of detailing why we're a good fit for the Happy Planner Squad and like what kind of planner we are. I felt like really good about the written application as well as the video application. So I did feel confident going into the squad in my materials. Not so much confident that I would be a squad, like I would get, you know, the squad membership, but I felt confident and proud of what I had submitted, and for me that was important. And then in about mid-August, I want to say, Happy Planner Squad was announced, and it was fantastic to get to see all of these Happy Planner Squad members and learn about their platforms and their content. Most of them I did not know because I feel like most of them were Instagram based and I'm more of like a YouTube person, but it was cool to be able to like, you know, learn about all these new content creators I'd never heard of before and see all their different styles, and it was just cool to see everyone's like excitement and happiness to be on the squad. I heard like some people had applied like 4 times to be on the squad before they got on it, which was really cool to hear. Like, I like hearing stories about that because it normalizes like rejection, and it normalizes, you know, having to try multiple times and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. And interestingly, I kind of heard like rumors floating around that there is always kind of like a little bit of a tension after squad is announced, because there's so many people in the community who feel disappointed and who feel let down and who feel like not seen if they're not, you know, accepted into the Happy Planner squad, which I totally get. It sucks to be rejected. It sucks to feel like you're not being appreciated or seen, or you're just not good enough to make something like Happy Planner squad. And honestly, I didn't feel that way. I did feel disappointed, which I think is totally natural, but I didn't feel like absolutely devastated, and I wasn't disappointed more so than like a few days. I just kind of accepted it and then moved on pretty quickly. I'm the kind of person that always like just has to get up as soon as I fall down. It's just kind of my nature. I just keep on chugging along. And honestly, I think that has a lot to do with my chosen career path. I am an academic, and being an academic, being in academia, like, you have to apply for a lot of things from the very beginning, and applications and acceptances and rejections are all just part of the normal lifestyle for an academic, starting from when you're first applying to college. I mean, it can even start earlier if you're applying to high schools. I know certain high schools you have to apply to get into. I actually applied to my high school that I went to. I was supposed to go to another high school, but because I wanted to go to a different public high school outside of my district because it had a better like educational program, I had applied to go to that high school. I had applied to go to college. I got rejected from a lot of colleges. I got accepted into a lot of colleges. In college, I applied to fellowships and scholarships. I applied to be like a board member on different organizational, you know, committees. I got accepted, I got rejected, and then applying to grad schools, I had to apply, I had to interview. I also got accepted, I also got rejected. And then throughout my 7 years of grad school, I applied to numerous jobs, scholarships, fellowships, just positions. Just in grad school, just the nature of being in academia, there's a lot of applications and a lot of opportunities to get accepted and get great things, but also to be rejected. And I've had plenty of both. It's just part of the nature of the game. And so I think I just come from a world where I get accepted and rejected kind of constantly, and I've just kind of built into my mind that rejections happen. It's normal. It's not, you know, reflective of me personally. And I just have to pick myself up and keep on going. And actually, a really, really funny story. So around the same time that the squad applications were opening up, so like around June, July, I had just heard back from a fellowship that I had applied to in graduate school. This fellowship was to fund a 2-year postdoctoral position at a University of California institution. I had applied to be at the University of California, Riverside for my postdoctoral work. This is a really prestigious fellowship. It's called the University of California Presidential Postdoctoral Fellowship. It's very, very competitive, and not many people get it, and it's a fantastic opportunity. It has amazing benefits, and I had my eye on it. I had my heart set on it. The applications always open up around July, I want to say, and they're due in November, and you hear back whether you got it around April to May, I believe, is the timeline. And so in the spring of 2022, a few months before Happy Planner applications opened, I got the news that I was not accepted into this fellowship, and I was absolutely heartbroken. And so I just felt super, super bummed about being rejected from this really prestigious fellowship. I felt like it had my name all over it. I thought I was like a perfect candidate for it. I could envision my future at this new research institution, and I was just so bummed and devastated that I didn't get it. I felt like the door had closed for me when it came to continuing on in academia. And so I heard back spring of 2022, and then a few months later I realized that I also got rejected from Happy Planner Squad. And when rejections happen back to back, it's not fun. It's never fun, even if you're used to rejections and even if you're used to getting accepted into things. Like back to back rejections of things that you really want are just disheartening and disappointing. And I just felt like I had to like crawl into a corner and like lick my wounds and start over. And honestly, having such a big rejection come right before getting rejected from Happy Planner Squad kind of put the Happy Planner Squad rejection into the back burner for me, and also kind of made it less important, because for me, like, the fact that I got rejected from this postdoctoral position was such a bummer. And for me, like, it was way more important to like secure a postdoctoral fellowship than it was to be on a Happy Planner Squad. And so for me, it kind of like put my Happy Planner Squad rejection into a larger perspective. So fast forward a couple months after that back-to-back rejection, the postdoctoral fellowships opened up once again. They open up every year, and I decided to apply one more time for this postdoctoral fellowship. For this fellowship, you're allowed to apply, I think, up to 5 times. And I've heard stories of people applying 4 times and then getting it on their 5th attempt. And so I told myself I would continue to apply for this fellowship as long as I could. Although the clock was kind of ticking for me, because one of the requirements for eligibility for this fellowship is that you can't work more than 1 year in a job position that requires your PhD. So you can't take off 2 years after grad school, work at, you know, let's say as a scientist at some biotech company in a position that requires your PhD. You can't work, you know, 2 years and then try to apply for this postdoc fellowship. You're not allowed anymore. You're not eligible because you worked more than 1 year in a position that required your PhD. I guess alternatively, you could graduate grad school and then work in a position that does not require a PhD. Let's say you went to work as a barista at a Starbucks or something like that, decided to take a little bit of a break in between like positions. And I guess technically you didn't need the PhD for that barista position, so you could continue to apply. But let's be honest, why would you not work in a position that required your PhD once you're out of grad school? Like, the whole point of you going to grad school was to get a good position thanks to your PhD, so you can earn money, pay back all the money that you invested in your education, and also just start saving to, you know, buy a house and like feed your children and stuff. So kind of a weird eligibility requirement. But anyways, in the back of my mind, I had this idea that like I had a limited time to apply for this fellowship. So I told myself this might be the last time that I'm applying for this fellowship, because I'm graduating soon. I'm likely going to start like a position, and I will no longer be eligible once I hit that 1 year mark of, you know, working in a job that required the PhD. So I gave it my second attempt, and I reworked all my application materials from the previous year. I bumped them up to next level. I already thought they were good, but I really like polished them even more until I was even more happy and more proud of what I was turning in. And then I submitted all my materials, and then in March of this year, I got an email saying that I had been accepted as a University of California Chancellor's Research Postdoctoral Fellow at the University of California, Riverside. And I cannot tell you like the shock I was in for like weeks after. I didn't tell anyone except like my mom, my boyfriend, like my boss. I didn't tell any friends because I guess I was just like in disbelief. I was like, let me just make sure that it's actually going to happen before I tell people that I got this position. It was surreal. It was very surreal, and I felt so absolutely blessed to be in this position. I actually started last week. I defended my PhD in late July, and then I started September 1st at the University of California, Riverside with an amazing research lab. It's an amazing position, it has an amazing opportunities, and I was just so blessed and happy, and I felt like the universe just smiled on me, and it was just, And it's interesting because for me, like, this application kind of went hand in hand with the Happy Planner Squad application, because they were kind of like happening around the same time. because last year I like associated getting rejected from this position with getting rejected from Happy Planner Squad, and then the following year I actually got this postdoctoral fellowship. And so I just want to throw out there into the universe that sometimes like it's not your time. And honestly, I was much better prepared for this position a year after the fact. Like if I had applied and gotten it last year, I think I would have struggled a lot more in the transition than I did this year, because I was just so much more prepared a year later. And it's honestly actually kind of fortunate that I got rejected last year and accepted this year, because I was in a much better place for this position. I knew a lot more skills, I had published more papers, and I just felt more confident and ready and prepared, and I just felt better going into it. And I just want to like throw it out there again that sometimes the universe has its own timing, and sometimes things really suck in the moment. Like you get rejected for whatever reason and it's just not your moment that year. But that doesn't mean that it can't be your moment next year or a few years down the road, or that there are other opportunities with your name on it and you just have to find those opportunities and just kind of realize that whatever door was closed to you means that there is another door out there that is open for you, or maybe that the door that was closed today is not going to be closed tomorrow. It's going to open at some other time, and you maybe just aren't ready to walk through that door yet. And so just always have faith in you and your place in the universe and where you are now, and have faith that you will find those opportunities and those experiences, that they will become available to you, and that you will be able to experience wonderful, amazing opportunities in this life. Anyways, I just wanted to say that I am doing fabulously as a Happy Planner Squad reject, and I'm happy that I applied to the Happy Planner Squad. And you know, it is what it is. I'm happy for everyone that made it, and maybe one day I will apply to Happy Planner Squad again if we continue to do the squad. And I just want to encourage everyone out there who has been rejected from anything to just keep on going and to trust in the timing of the universe. All right, everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with me here on this little story time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video. So until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and happy planning. Bye.
Y ya no sabes lo que pasa. El primer verso, papi.